Hello. Welcome to Let's Cook at Home with artificial artist, Lyric Jones. Today we are going to prepare dressing, chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes. Alright? So the first thing we're going to do is season our chicken. So I have a couple chicken breasts here. And I don't see my shears in here, which is terrible because I don't know where they are, and they should be in the kitchen. So we're just going to have to knife it open. Okay. So here I have a little cayenne pepper. Because you know that's my favorite. You should already know right now I'm going in with some cayenne. Okay. And then I have a little thyme. Sprinkle a little of that in there. And we're going to put in a little sage. Just a little bit of sage. This is a baby spoon. However much fits on a baby spoon. And then let me get some sea salt. Oh, I bought some new sea salt this week. It's called Himalayan pink sea salt. I thought I'd give it a try. The granules are really big, and I cooked with it the other day, and less is more. So I think what I'll do with the granules is I will use it for seasoning more so than sprinkles in a dish. So now that I have everything in there, I'm just going to push it around in this bag. Okay. Trying to get it all rubbed together. I probably need to put a little, these are just 2 boneless chicken breasts. I'm going to put a little oil in there. Just a little bit. How is everyone? You getting all ready for the holiday season? I hope I get this done and edited before Thanksgiving. But I do want to make a note that I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Not the holiday that, the country does. I think Thanksgiving should be every day, and I do my best to show my thanks every day by the way I eat and the way I treat people and how I treat myself. So, Thanksgiving to me it should be every day. But as far as the national holiday, I can't in good conscience enjoy my meal knowing that this holiday came from the massacre of another people. So that's my Debbie Downer moment. Okay, so I just wanted to make that clear that I'm not cooking for Thanksgiving. Because if anybody has been keeping up with my videos, I throw down daily. So I did get a request. I got a text message. Somebody asked me about how to fix dressing. So I wanted to make sure that I did this for her. And plus, most of all, I was ready to eat it. So even though I get requests and people ask me about certain things, it's not no, if it's something that I'm interested in. It's just when I'm ready to eat it. So I am ready for some dressing and chicken. Like I said, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. My family, we go to work, and whatever else we do on a regular day is what we do. And eating is something that we do. So, anyway, now that that's out the way, this evening, I'm going to sit this over to the side, and we are going to make our cornbread for the dressing. So the first thing I'm going to do is improvise this recipe on my pack of cornmeal. Their version of what to do I'm not agreeing with, so I'm just going to do cornbread my way. Okay, so we're going to take 2 cups, and I happen to love dressing. So even though it may look like a lot, I will eat this. And I would have already fixed some dressing if I'd have had some cornmeal. So that's a little less than 2. There we go. Now that's 2 cups, roughly. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now on here it says 1 1/3 cup of milk. I'm not going to do that. 1/4 cup of Crisco. You know damn well I'm going to add in 2 eggs. Okay. I'm going to add in a pinch of salt. Okay, and then I'm going to add in a little butter. This is 1 cup of butter, so it was 1 whole stick of butter. I'm going to smash this egg up a little bit. Now, if you want to beat your egg before you add that in, that's fine. No problem. So I'm going to add in a little butter. Okay, I didn't add all of it, but I might. Okay, now I'm going to add some water. And I just want to get this all mixed together. Okay, this is everything is in this cornmeal already, so you don't have to add any baking soda or baking powder or any of that. Add a little more water. Some recipes, you know, you can use milk, but you know, I'm not big on milk, so I just use water. Add some more butter to it. This doesn't look like it's going to be enough for me. I really like dressing a lot. I like dressing so much I can eat it cold. Just cut a square of it out. This is my time of year. I like to eat in the summertime, but I eat kind of light and things are on the grill. And I don't really eat too heavy. But in the wintertime, I get to eat all the stuff that I like. Heavy sauces and heavy pastas and dressing and chili and, oh man, that's it right there. I don't, like I said, I don't overeat, but I eat what I enjoy. I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more cornmeal to this because it's not as much as I want it to be. And like I said, that's 2 cups. That's not enough for what I want to do. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and spray my pan here with a little Emerald Lagasse. How about that? Alright, and that was butter flavor. Let me get out a little bit more cornmeal. And I may add in just 1 more cup. That may do it for me. Okay, let's see what that does. Go ahead and add the rest of this butter in there. Okay. Add this water. Now it's looking like I need it to look. Alright, I'm pleased with this. Yeah, there's no sense in going through all of this if you only gonna come out with just a little portion. That's no fun. Okay. That's nice. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Okay. That's good. I like the way that looks. I'm pleased with that. So, let's do this. Okay. There we go. Give it a little shake. And I'm going to put it in the oven. I have my oven set to 350. But I'm going to turn it up to 400 for a little bit. And while that's doing that, I'm going to go check on the baby, and I'll be right back. Alright, so next we are going to go ahead. I have my potatoes here that have been washed up. I'm going to go ahead and chop these up, and I'm going to keep the skins on, and I'm going to cut them relatively small. The smaller you cut a potato, the faster they'll cook. And I need these to go ahead and cook so I can move on. So put these in here. Alright. I gotta keep it moving because no sooner than I get this going, the little girl will wake up. And I have to go get her and bring her down. Okay. Trash. So as you cut them, make sure you look to see if there's anything gross on them. I pretty much checked when I was washing them, but every now and again you might miss a little something. So even when you're cutting them, pay attention to weirdness. We don't want to eat weirdness. Okay, all these look fine. Okay. I'm just going to keep this process going. And while I'm doing this, I'm also going to turn behind me and cut on my cast iron. Get that skillet warmed up so we can put that chicken in. So let's turn it on. I have a little olive oil in there already. So I'm going to turn that down on low just to buy me a little time to get all the potatoes cut up. Add a little water to it. And I want to keep that water. So I'm also, I'm going to go ahead and do it like that. So now that the skillet is warming up, I'm going to go ahead and put in my chicken breast. I don't know, this may not be hot enough. See, I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. Yeah, there's no big sizzle, so it's not that hot. But it'll be fine. Okay. Alright, so that is done. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to cut up the vegetables for the dressing. Did I mention we're going to make a gravy? We're going to make a gravy for the dressing and the potatoes. Now, I had a note that came that said that if you light a candle when you cut onions, that will keep you from crying. So we tried the water, so today we're going to try burning a candle. And this is no special candle. This is a Pure One crisp bamboo. And we're going to crack her open and see if it works. Oh, it smells good. That's one of my favorite scents from Pure One is the crisp bamboo. Okay, so let's set that here. So we're gonna cook by candlelight. How about that? Oh. There we go. Now I don't know how close this is supposed to be. I don't know. I didn't think to ask her that, but if she sees it, maybe we'll know. So I don't know if I'm supposed to let it. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but we're going to leave it like that. So in this bowl, I'm going to, I bought shredded carrots. Okay. And this is for the dressing. So I don't want a whole lot, but I just need enough to make sure that we have enough moisture in there. So I'm going to rough chop it again. And I got little carrots flying all over. How y'all like my setup? You like this? I'm getting better at this. You know, before it's all said and done, I'm going to have this whole little cooking thing mastered. But I think I like this way. And that way, you can actually see me chop it up. Alright, so we're going to add this to the bowl. And like I said, this is just what's going to go in your dressing. I have celery. Now, I've seen this on Facebook. This celery has been washed and dried, but I've seen on Facebook, and it's actually working, that if you wash and dry your celery and keep it in foil, then it'll last longer. And I will say, it's not wilted up. It's not wilted at all. I'm just checking it because I washed it on the outside and wiped it off, but I didn't really go in between it. So what I'm going to do is just get a paper towel. I don't see any dirt or anything in it, but I'm just going to give it a little wipe just in case. I don't see anything on there. So I think it's alright. It's alright. So I'm going to use all of this celery. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9, 10, you know, the little baby ones in there. And I also use the leaves. So I'm just going to gather them together like this. I'm going to start with my leaves and cut them. Now I'm also going to save some of this for my gravy. Okay, so let me get I'll just put some in this cup here. So we're going to save some of those leaves, and we're going to save a little bit of the celery here. Let's just save about a cup of it. Let me get some more of the actual celery stock. Okay, so we're going to have a cup of that, and we're going to sit this on the side, and this is for the gravy. I can smell my chicken back there. I think it may need a little flip over. I haven't gotten used to my my new setup here. I'm going to turn that over. And that's nice. I don't want it to cook all the way through, because what I'm going to do is, once it's browned up, I'm going to slice it, and then I'm going to lay it on top of my dressing when I put it in the oven. Now, typically, I improvise because I'm not fixing turkey. But I will grill a turkey anytime, and sometimes I just get turkeyed out because that's my main staple is turkey. Some people eat a lot of beef as their norm, a lot of chicken as their norm. Turkey is my go-to. Okay, so we're going to go back, and I'm cutting these fairly thin. Okay, and I'm going to chop it up a little bit. Now what you can do, and I'm not doing it today, if I were cooking a big meal, I would dice these up super, super fine, or I will put them in the food processor and chop them up and have it really fine. But nobody's eating this but me, and I like celery, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it with my knife. My son, he didn't like big chunks of vegetables and things like that. So I used to have to puree or dice things up really small and sneak it in on him, because if he seen a chunk of anything, it would be sitting on the side of his plate, and he wouldn't eat it. I don't know what his thing is about vegetables. He's so beautiful. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know who that is, so we're not answering it. Okay, so let's give this a cut. All right. Now, the next thing we're also going to do, too, because we got a lot of things going on all at the same time. The next thing I need to do is make my stock for my gravy. So I'm going to turn that on low, and right here. This is my chicken. It's chicken breast, and it's uncooked from another meal that I cooked, but I saved it specifically for this. So we're just going to put that in, and we're going to add in some water. And the chicken that's on this bone will also come off for the gravy. I'm going to put a considerable amount in there. Okay, and then I'm also going to put in the remainder of the celery. I'm just going to put these in. I don't know. I'm undecided over here. I want to make sure that I have enough celery for my dressing. All right. So we're making chicken stock over here, and this is what's going to be used to make the gravy. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those in. I'm going to turn my stove off underneath the chicken. I'm going to flip it over on the side, stand it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm thinking on, as I'm doing this, what I want to do. I said I was going to cut it into strips and put it in with the dressing, but I'm starting to think that I may just go ahead and cut it up and just put it in the gravy. So I don't know. When I get to that point, I'll know what to do. All right. Now here comes the moment of truth. Let's see if the onion theory works. Let's test her out, see if it works. Uh-oh. There's more onion than I wanted to cut off. And again, we're going to save some of this onion for the, oh no, I already have one out for the dressing. I mean for the gravy. So that means that I'm going to go ahead and use this whole onion in my dressing. All right, here we go. Let's see if it works. So this one right here is pretty strong. I can feel it. I can smell it. I want to bring the candle closer because I'm afraid. I'm going to bring it closer. Let's see if this works, y'all. I don't know what that was, but let's see if it works. All right, so let's dice this onion up. Well, so far, good. Well, folks, I think the candle works. I'm convinced the candle works. It worked better than the cold water. It worked. No tears, no backlash. Wow. Okay, so now we know. The next time you're going to dice up onions, light a candle. We need to thank Miss Lady Z for this one because the Lady Z, I don't know why I always mess that up, but it worked. I'm astonished. It really did work. Okay. All right then. Okay. So, we got that there. We're going to sit this over to the side. And what's next? I'm trying to think of what else we can do while we're waiting for the cornbread. I'm going to put a lid on that. The chicken is going to have to sit for a minute and rest before I cut it. Okay, so we'll just let that sit and rest for a minute. And the potatoes are boiling. So I'll come back in about, looks like the cornbread is going to need about another 15-20 minutes or so. So we'll come back, I'll come back then. All right? See you in a few. Okay. The cornbread looks done. I'm going to take it out. It's got a nice crack on the top of it, so we're going to try to find some room for it. Move some things. I apologize to you all today. I'm a little unorganized and my thoughts all over the place. This was not a well-planned meal, and it got bigger as I went. Originally, I said, you know, I changed my mind too many times about how I was going to do it, or even if I was going to do it. Like I said, I got hungry. So I'm operating on E right now, 1,000 parts. So let's get this cornbread out. You see, it's got the cracks in it. It's nice and firm. So we're going to sit this over here to the side and just let it cool off for a minute because we're going to crumble all that up. Also, what I did, I went ahead and used the food processor to chop up. Well, looks like I didn't hit this one. I used the food processor to chop up those onions and carrots. I'll let you see it. This is a little cute little Black & Decker food processor. It's a little mini one. I don't have a big one. I did once upon a time. But this one is I thought it was a Black & Decker. This was a Cuisinart. I got this one from Macy's a couple years back. I think it was probably about $25, if that much. But it works really great. I've been had it for a couple years now, and I haven't had any problems out of it. So I went ahead, since I had to wait on the cornbread, I didn't want to chop things up, you know, with you all sitting here. So, there it is. I'm going to get all that out of there. I like to make sure I get all the goodies out. And nothing scrapes it out better than a rubber scraper. Okay. So we got all that out. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and season this up. Let me move this chicken out the way so you can see, because I'm operating on the side. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing over there. My broth for the dressing is turning out, but the chicken is still a little light, so I'm going to let that cook for a minute. I'm also going to go ahead and throw some sea salt in there, and this is 1 teaspoon of sea salt. And I also dropped an egg in there because I like an egg chopped up in my gravy. So I went ahead and threw that in there while I was away too. So next we're going to add some sage to this mixture, and I'm going to come back and use some more sage. But I just want to season up my vegetables before I add in this cornbread. So this here is thyme. Alright, and it looked like, I guess, you know what I'm going to do. Since somebody did specifically ask me to make this, I'm going to get out my measuring utensils so I can tell you, because like I said, I get used to cooking things and I'm pretty good at guesstimating how much I want in something, but I have to also remember that everybody doesn't have my skills. And if they ask the question on how to do something, then they need more direction. So I would say that probably was about a half a teaspoon. No, that's a tablespoon. Hold on. 1 teaspoon of thyme is about what that was. Okay? And again, with seasoning, it doesn't have to be exact. So you don't have to panic, you know. And then I'm also, even though I have all that celery in there, I'm still just going to add a little celery seed. Just because I can. How about that? Give that a stir, and then we're going to add in some regular black pepper. And we'll add about, let's go with a 4th. Well, we're going to be going anywhere. I can't get it open. How about that? There. Oh. Well, there's still a little bit in there. And I'm still going to go with a 4th. Okay? If I got a little over, I'll be cool with that. And we're going to stir that up. Alright, and then I'm going to add my egg to this. I got 2 eggs. I'm going to add and I'm going to stir it all up. Alright, it looks like my potatoes are done. So I'm going to cut those off because they are done. Alright, just stir that up a little bit. Did I add? I don't think I added any salt to this mixture. So let's add a little sea salt there. And again, we're going to add about, I'm going to add less than a teaspoon just because I have to add in the cornbread. And once I get everything mixed up, I'm going to taste it. And then I'll know for a fact how much. So right now, I'm just putting in some groundwork, building a little foundation for it, so to speak. But once I get the cornbread broke up in here, get the broth in here, and get it mixed up really good, then I'll know exactly what I'll need more of. Okay, so I'm going to set this over to the side. I'm going to take my knife and cut this cornbread just so I can let the heat out. I kind of like the candle. I don't want to burn myself, but I kind of liked it. I didn't want to put it down. I thought it was pretty. And it smells good, too. Alright, so I just want to cut this up, and it doesn't matter. You can even take it and scrape it a little bit and turn it over and let all that steam out, because you got to put your hands in it. So that's the whole point of cooling it off, is you got to crumble it up. It actually does crumble pretty good when it's hot. So this came out perfect. You know. Now what I will do with this, I'm going to crumble what I can, but the bigger pieces, I'm going to put them in the puree. So we're just going to let that steam out. Yes. Yes. Alright. Okay. So what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Okay. The cornbread looks done. I'm going to take it out. It's got a nice crack on the top of it, so we're going to try to find some room for it. Move some things. I apologize to you all today. I'm a little unorganized and my thoughts all over the place. This was not a well-planned meal, and it got bigger as I went. Originally, I said, you know, I changed my mind too many times about how I was going to do it, or even if I was going to do it. Like I said, I got hungry. So I'm operating on E right now, 1,000 pardons. So let's get this cornbread out. You see, it's got the cracks in it. It's nice and firm. So we're going to sit this over here to the side and just let it cool off for a minute, because we're going to crumble all that up. Also, what I did, I went ahead and used the food processor to chop up. Well, looks like I didn't hit this one. I used the food processor to chop up those onions and carrots. I'll let you see it. This is a little cute little Black & Decker food processor. It's a little mini one. I don't have a big one. I did once upon a time. But this one is I thought it was a Black & Decker. This was a Cuisinart. I got this one from Macy's a couple of years back. I think it was probably about $25, if that much. But it works really great. And I've been had it for a couple of years now, and I haven't had any problems out of it. So I went ahead, since I had to wait on the cornbread, I didn't want to chop things up, you know, with you all sitting here. So there it is. I'm going to get all that out of there. I like to make sure I get all the goodies out. And nothing scrapes it out better than a rubber scraper. Okay. So we got all that out. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and season this up. Let me move this chicken out the way so you can see, because I'm operating on the side. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing over there. My broth for the dressing is turning out, but the chicken is still a little light, so I'm going to let that cook for a minute. I'm also going to go ahead and throw some sea salt in there, and this is 1 teaspoon of sea salt. And I also dropped an egg in there because I like an egg chopped up in my gravy. So I went ahead and threw that in there while I was away too. So next we're going to add some sage to this mixture, and I'm going to come back and use some more sage. But I just want to season up my vegetables before I add in this cornbread. So this here is thyme. Alright, and it looked like, I guess, you know what I'm going to do. Since somebody did specifically ask me to make this, I'm going to get out my measuring utensils so I can tell you, because like I said, I get used to cooking things and I'm pretty good at guesstimating how much I want in something, but I have to also remember that everybody doesn't have my skills. And if they ask a question on how to do something, then they need more direction. So I would say that probably was about a half a teaspoon. No, that's a tablespoon. Hold on. 1 teaspoon of thyme is about what that was. Okay? And again, with seasoning, it doesn't have to be exact. So you don't have to panic, you know. And then I'm also, even though I have all that celery in there, I'm still just going to add a little celery seed. Just because I can. How about that? Give that a stir, and then we're going to add in some regular black pepper. And we'll add about, let's go with a 1/4. Well, we're going to be going anywhere. I can't get it open. How about that? There. Oh. Well, there's still a little bit in there. And I'm still going to go with a 1/4. Okay? If I got a little over, I'll be cool with that. And we're going to stir that up. Alright, and then I'm going to add my egg to this. I got 2 eggs. I'm going to add and I'm going to stir it all up. Alright, it looks like my potatoes are done. So I'm going to cut those off because they are done. Alright, just stir that up a little bit. Did I add? I don't think I added any salt to this mixture. So let's add a little sea salt there. And again, we're going to add about, I'm going to add less than a teaspoon just because I have to add in the cornbread, and once I get everything mixed up, I'm going to taste it. And then I'll know for a fact how much. So right now, I'm just putting in some groundwork, building a little foundation for it, so to speak. But once I get the cornbread broke up in here, get the broth in here, and get it mixed up really good, then I'll know exactly what I'll need more of. Okay? So I'm going to set this over to the side. I'm going to take my knife and cut this cornbread just so I can let the heat out. I kind of like the candle. I don't want to burn myself, but I kind of liked it. I didn't want to put it down. I thought it was pretty. And it smells good, too. Alright, so I just want to cut this up, and it doesn't matter. You can even take it and scrape it a little bit and turn it over and let all that steam out, because you got to put your hands in it. So that's the whole point of cooling it off, is you got to crumble it up. It actually does crumble pretty good when it's hot. So this came out perfect. You know. Now what I will do with this, I'm going to crumble what I can, but the bigger pieces, I'm going to put them in the puree. So we're just going to let that steam out. Yes. Yes. Alright. Okay. So what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Alright, we still have this chicken. I'm going to go ahead and cut this chicken up too. That's nice and pretty. And like I said, it's not cooked completely all the way through. And that's fine with me. I think I'm going to, I'm still trying to decide if I want to put it in the oven or if I want to chop it up and put it in my gravy, you know, and just have a chicken type of gravy for my dressing and potatoes. I don't know, I guess I better decide quick now. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and add it to my gravy. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and add it to my gravy. So we're going to push that to the side. We're going to pull out our golden onion over our candle so we can cut some more onion, but this is for the gravy. So I'm just going to use the tops of green onions, and I'm going to wrap the rest of this up. I just want the top. And matter of fact, I'm going to cut it and set it to the side. I actually don't even want this in the skillet. I'm going to add this in once it starts to boil. And we'll put that in there. Alright. And then we'll have a few little carrots, and I'm not going to cut these up. I'll just leave them like that. Put that over to the side. I also have a egg that I have beat up a little taste for the gravy, because we're going to add that in there. And my skillet's looking good, so now we're going to go ahead and throw in this cup of celery. And I'm going to get a bigger pot. This is for green. I'm going to get a bigger pot. I'll be right back. Alright, I got a bigger pot, and I got it cut on. And we're going to make the roux for the gravy. So with that said, I have a half a cup of regular all-purpose flour that I'm going to put in there. And then I'm going to put in also a whole stick of butter. Yep, the whole stick. I'm putting it in. be a really hearty, thick, creamy type of gravy. This is not about watching your waistline. My celery is cooking, so I'm going to go ahead and throw my carrots in there. Okay, I'm also going to add a little sage to my gravy. And again, I should have told you, so again, it was probably about a little less than a fourth. So I would say it was 1/8 is what I put in there. Yeah, about 1/8 teaspoon is what I put in there. I'm also going to add, and this is just for flavor, is my broth base. And if you watch the videos, you've seen me use this before. And this is a half a teaspoon. And I just pretty much use that for flavoring. That's it. Okay. And what else do I need? I'm going to hit this up with a little pepper. Again, if I can get the top off. And we're going to go with half a teaspoon of black pepper. All right. And I want to move this around. Get this going. All right, and get my onion. Yeah, I'm really digging the whole candle thing. Now be careful not to get on any of your onion skin on your chicken. I don't think that's delicious. I see my cornbread over there has stopped steaming. But after we deal with this onion, I'm not going to use this whole onion, so I'm just going to cut off what I need and keep this party rolling. So we got less than a half of onion that I'm going to dice up. Fairly small. Alright, and then I'm going to add that to my vegetables over here. Now my chicken broth in the back is looking really nice, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. The liquid is nice and clear. The chicken is cooked. And like I said, I put an egg in there for my gravy, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out and set it over here to the side. I'm going to just move my vegetables over because I'm just going to slide the rest of my chicken back in here now that I decided what I'm going to do with it. And we're just going to put that in there and just let it cook for a little bit. It's not bloody or anything. It's just, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I have it. It's just not completely cooked all the way through. And I don't know how well if you can see that, but it's just kind of a little pink in there. I want to get rid of that. Okay, now if I was going to put this in the oven, this is how I wanted it. So it would finish cooking in the oven with the dressing. So I just didn't want it to be dry. Now, it's going to continue to cook once I put it in here with the gravy, but I still just want to go ahead and give it a little bit more time in this cast iron. Mix it up, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pour it all in there once it's going. I'm waiting for this butter to melt. Alright, so let's stir the butter around a little bit so I can help it out. Alright, and then I have some chicken broth. Now, I'm not ready to put this in yet because I'm still waiting on that whole stick of butter to melt. And once that melts, then I'm going to start to add in my chicken stock. And then once I get a nice consistency of it, I'll take some of that out and add it to my egg because I don't want it to cook in there. I already have an egg that I want to chop up and put in there. I want this egg just to provide some richness. So I'll take out the spoon for that. Alright, this is looking very nice. Can you see that? See how nice that's looking? I still got some butter in there that stick that needs to melt. So that's what we're waiting on. I'm also going to go ahead and add a little olive oil to that. I would say that probably was, I'm going to guesstimate that it was probably about a tablespoon. Yes, it was a tablespoon. Alright, so that butter is melted. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my broth. Stirring it slowly. Get this chicken up a little bit too. I want to make sure all the chicken is actually touching the cast iron and not clogging up some vegetation. I'm going to keep this party rocking and I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. Chicken stock in there, and I'm going to add just a little bit of it, just a little bit at a time, to my egg. And I'm going to stir this up with a fork. Right, and then I'm going to add in just a little bit more. I'm going to stir it up. And what this does is I don't want to cook the egg. I don't want it to turn into scrambled eggs when I pour it in here with my gravy. So you just add a little bit of the broth in there, and it'll keep it from doing that. I'm going to add just a little bit more. And that's good for me. So now I'm just going to add in a little water. And I'm going to put this in at the end. Okay? You see that? And we're going to sit that over to the side because I'm going to add that in at the end. So let's get back over here. I can turn I'll let that chicken roll just a few more minutes. A few more minutes. Now my gravy is nice and thin. See that? But I want more. We want more. So I'm going to add in a little water. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to give this a taste. Oh, wow. Oh, that is damn good. That's damn good. Y'all are not ready. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, now this gravy, I didn't want it too thick because it's dressing and you got cornbread. Now, typically, a lot of people don't even add flour to this. They just leave it clear and then add their seasoning and their celery to it and use that. But I like just a little bit of thickness to my gravy. Oh yeah, that's excellent. I'm gonna cut this off because we're gonna let this gravy cook for a minute. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my chopped green onion. Add that in there. We're gonna put in, you know what I forgot to do? Ooh, I didn't add in any garlic. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna put in a couple. I'm gonna do it right now. Well, because I waited so cotton-picking long, I'm going to cut it really, really small, really fine. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add it to the gravy. I'm not going to worry about roasting it or anything like that. I just want to make sure that it gets invited to the party. So let's put that in there. And that was just 2 medium garlic cloves. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add in our chicken and vegetables. Okay. All right, we can get that a nice little stir. And then I'm going to let this cook on low. And it's still going to thicken up a little bit. If it's not as thick as I like it, I just let it cook with the lid off. But right now, I'm going to put the lid on it and turn it down. And let it roll. Let's see what this cornbread feels like. I'm going to get the bigger pieces out. Put that to the side. Turn that over. Sit it down. And I'm not going to bother with washing this processor out since it's still just celery and stuff. So what I'm going to do is take out the bigger pieces and drop them in there. And I just wanted to make sure that it's nice and crumbled up. See that? That's what I want. So if I have some more pieces, I said if you can crumble it up, crumble it up. But if you get some stubborn pieces like those crunchy ends, because I sprayed it, you know, with that spray, if we were eating this, you know, just as regular cornbread, this is where it's at right here. But since we're making the dressing, we don't want that. So I'm just going to pick out some more of those sides. I'm just going to sit them here, and we're going to crumble. And when you get the edges, now the top parts are fine; those will crumble up. It's the sides that's a little bit tougher. Okay, so I did the last little bit of the crumb from the cornbread. We're going to pour that in. Miss Mallery is here to assist, make sure Nana gets the job right. She just woke up, so she doesn't completely know what's going on, but you're going to regulate. All right. So what we're going to do now, I have a stick and a half of melted butter. But what we're going to do is you're going to take your hands and you're going to mix those vegetables with the cornbread. Okay, you want to make sure everything gets mixed up. Alright, can you see that? I'm going to pour in a little bit of this butter. Okay, and we're just going to mix that up. Okay. Now I understand that this is quite a bit of work, but it's well worth it. I'm going to pour in a little bit more butter. Okay, set that over to the side because I'm going to put the rest of that on the top of it to make sure it's nice and brown. There we go. And it is easier to do if you puree your vegetables. You know, a few chunks in there, it'll be alright, but it is nicer that way. It's easier to move around, and it just, I don't know, the taste and texture of it is very nice too. I remember the first year I did that, it gave the dressing a whole different dimension. So now, this time, I just did a little bit of both. We minced, or pureed, or actually it wasn't a puree, we just chopped it up very fine. Alright, so now what I'm going to do next is the same pan that I use for my cornbread, I'm going to use for this dressing. So I'm just going to spray it a little bit, make sure I get the sides. Sorry, Mallery. Sorry. Okay, and now I'm going to add in my liquid. And we're just going to pour in a little bit of this homemade broth. And I said a little bit, but I'm actually pouring the whole pot in there because I think that it's going to be just enough. And then the chicken that's left in there, I'm going to peel it off and put it in my broth. Matter of fact, my gravy, let me check this. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Let's cut that off and let it sit. So we're going to stir this up. And don't be nervous. It's a little soupy. That's fine. That's fine. You got your egg in there. Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful. Now I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste because I want to make sure that it's seasoned right. So we're just going to give that just a little taste. Okay, it's good, but it needs some more sage. Right, and it needs some more black pepper. And you'll be able to tell, you know, what taste you're going for. Yeah, they'll be able to tell. Alright, and we're just going to stir that up a little bit. Okay, that's looking lovely. My oven is set. My oven is still on 400. I'm going to turn it down to 355. And we're going to put this in, and you're going to let it cook until it starts to crack at the top. And you don't want to overcook it, because then it'll be dry. Even though we got gravy, I told you I still like to eat my dressing just out of the refrigerator, so I still don't want it to be dry. I'm going to pour that in. Girl, sit still. You almost made me nervous. Okay. Now your vegetables will provide liquid. I've actually had mine a little bit more runny than this. This is a little bit firmer than I typically have, but it'll still be fine. So what I'm going to do now, alright, you want it nice and even in there. Okay, that's very nice. And then I'm going to hit it up again with a little black pepper across the top. Just kind of light. Kind of light. Alright, and then I'm going to add some butter to the top. I'm going to spread that around. No, little girl. You're going to know how to cook too, aren't you? You know, this is how I learned how to cook, hanging out with my grandmother in the kitchen. Yeah, I did. I hung out with grandmother in the kitchen. She never let me help, but she didn't mind me watching. And I remembered where she cooked. You know that? You gonna hang out with Nana in the kitchen? Yeah. We don't want to spit on the food. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Okay. All right. So this is pretty much where I want it to be, and we're gonna put this in the oven. I don't trust you. I'm about to strap you in. Let me strap you in. Huh? Where's that other one at? There we go. Because you look like a flight risk. There we go. Now they got cornbread all on the little fat legs. I'm sorry. Alright. So in the oven it goes. I would say for about 45 minutes to an hour. I got it on 355. And what we're going to do next, we're going to go ahead and get these green beans on. And since the garlic didn't get invited to the last minute in the gravy, we'll make sure that he's the guest of honor in the green beans. How about that? Right, I need my Mallery. What you do with Nana's knife? Here it is. You said you just got here and I'm already getting blamed, huh? That's right. It's your turn to get blamed. Alright, so it looks like I have about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, I'm going to go with 14 and leave it alone. Okay, I'm just going to smash this up. Now I'm cheating today, and I'm going to eat green beans from the cans. I'm going to show you how to doctor them up a little bit. I didn't go to the market. I didn't feel like it. It is so cold. And, you know, I almost just ate dressing and chicken. But I thought, you know, that just didn't look right. And I seen in the cabinet that I had a couple cans of green beans, so I said, I'll go ahead and hook those up. I haven't hooked up any canned green beans in a long time. Yeah, so like I said, if you can't get to a market and you got a can, I'll show you how to hook up that can too. So we're just going to mix this up really good. Alright, and I'm going to slide it over to the side. Okay. Oh, and I'm going to get our candle because I'm going to, this was our egg mixture that has to go in with our gravy. Almost got lost for a second. Like, what is that in there? That shouldn't be there. Let's go ahead and put that in real quick. Alright? And this is beautiful. Let me show it to you. Can you see? Can you see that? I don't know how. I can't see what you can see, so I have a bad angle, but that is absolutely perfect. You want to get that, didn't you? It honestly is so nice, it really doesn't even need the egg in it, but since I already mixed it up, I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. Yeah, that's excellent. And what I'll do while I'm waiting on the cornbread is just pick the rest of the chicken off of there and add it to this gravy. So what we're going to do now, for anybody who has never hooked up a can of green beans, go ahead and there's multiple ways you can do it, but today I'm just going to go ahead and put in my garlic. I'm going to get our candle back because I got to cut this onion. See the candle? Let's bring it a little closer. Let's make sure we do what we did last time. I don't know what that does, but we did it last time and it worked. So, you know, why mess up a good thing? So I'm just going to cut off. A fourth. That wasn't even a fourth. It's more like a third of onion. It's not a whole lot, but it'll get the job done. So we're just gonna cut that up very small. Okay, and we're gonna put that in with the garlic. Alright, and I'm going to give it a shake in there like that. And we're going to pour in 2 cans of green beans. And I poured the water off of that. Okay. And then we're going to add in a little thyme. And we're just going to give it a sprinkle. Alright, and we're going to add in a little cayenne pepper. Just a little bit. Very, very little bit. Again, you got to keep it uniform. We're going to add in just a little sage. And when I say a little, it was a little. Alright, I'm going to add in some olive oil. And this is extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to add in some sea salt. Just a little bit in there. And that's optional. If you don't want to add any, that's on you. You know, we all have different tastes, but I like a lot of flavor, so I'm going to start putting things away because the cooking part of this is pretty much over. And that celery seed, we don't want that. I think that's it. think that's it. Oh, I'm going to add in just a little bit of butter. Right? I'm going to put the top on it. Okay. I'm not going to cut it on yet. I'm just going to let it sit there for a minute. Girl, you're going to make a Nana nervous. That's what you're going to do. You trying to get Nana a heart attack? Just a small one? Okay. So, everything that well, alright. I'm not going to take you through mashing potatoes. You know how to mash potatoes. If you don't know how to mash potatoes, I don't even know what to tell you. But we're going to use I'm going to use a hand mixer to do the potatoes. So far, all I've added to the potatoes was butter. I'm going to add in some pepper. Okay, and again, there's no milk in there. Let me get did I put my sage away? I think I did. Let's add a little sage to it because I want to keep everything uniform. And you don't have to overdo it. You know, the dressing should have got the most. But you just add just a little bit in there so everything ties in. Okay, and I have a little bit of butter left inside of this container here, so I'm just going to go ahead and add the rest of that in there and use that up. No sense in wasting it. And, oh, I didn't add any sea salt. Potatoes with no salt. Now, what I do with the salt, I add in just a little bit to get it started, and then once you start to mix it and mash it all up, then you'll be able to tell if you need a little more. But I always just give it a little foundation at the beginning. Alright? And I'm going to stir this up, and I did not pour off the water. And I didn't add a whole lot of water. I added just enough water to cover my potatoes. A couple of them try to stick to the bottom of it. So I got a few brown ones in here that look kind of roasted. Like that. Yum, 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 yum. Alright. So what I'll do with that is, again, while I'm waiting on the cornbread, the dressing now, wait on the dressing to get done. I'm going to go ahead and mash up my potatoes, and I'll probably go ahead and let my green beans cook. And when I come back, everything should be ready. It'll be time to plate it up and give everything a little taste. We all right with that? Does that sound like a plan? Yeah? It's a plan? All right, we'll be back. Okay. Everything is done. Mallory has had her hissy fit. And she's back in here calming down. You all right now? All right, so what we're going to do now is get everything plated up and give it a taste. So one thing I want to say is when you do mashed potatoes, even if you're not going to get rid of the water, they're going to be kind of like rubbery, or they're not going to be like they would if they had milk, okay? But if you pour off the water, the consistency that you're looking for will be more to it. But I didn't pour the water off, so the starch set in. So they're a little sticky. But that's all right, though, for me, because I understand what I did. Okay, so we got our potatoes. Let's get us some green beans out. Okay. Alright. There's some green beans over here. If you've seen the curry chicken video, I fixed a sweet potato pie, so I still had a few slices left. Alright, and then we're going to dig in this dressing real quick. Get a little bit out of there. Let's see. I always like the middle, but I'm going to be nice and I'm going to go ahead and go in on this side right here. Very nice. Put that right there. Make sure I get that whole section out. It smells lovely. Super hot. I've been having it sitting out probably about 10 minutes or so. Okay, and then we're going to get this gravy and chicken. Oh, that is so pretty. Can you see that in there? That is just gorgeous. I don't want to get any on my pie, but if it happens, it happens. Okay, so let's get us some gravy on the potatoes. We can get out a few pieces of chicken. Okay, and while I was away, the celery that was in the pot to cook the chicken stock, I diced that up and put that in. And what else did I put in there? There was something else I put in here with that. Oh, the egg. I put the egg in there. And there still was one more thing. The celery, the egg. I don't remember. I said I was going to remember. I forgot. Maybe it'll come to me when I do the egg. But anyway. I'm so hungry, so I'm ready for this. Alright, get us a little taste. Let me close this oven. It's so cold, the oven feels good. Okay, let's give it a taste. See what we got going here. Oh, let me move that over here. Okay. Alright, let's give it a taste. Alright, let's give this chicken a little taste. It should be soft enough to cut with a fork. Oh, and it is. Nice. Ooh, you know what I forgot? I forgot something, Mallory. Now I forgot to ruin it with some Ready Whip. There we go. Okay, now let's get back here. I'm going to taste this dressing. That's good. Oh, that's good. The gravy, the dressing is hot. It's soft, you know, on the inside, but the top of it has a nice little crust on it. Very good. The green beans, I let them cook for about 20 minutes or so. Those are very nice too. You can hook up the pan if you know what you're doing. Potatoes are nice. Everything is very good. So, I'm going to eat well tonight. I don't know if I'm going to sleep well tonight, but I will eat well tonight. It's gonna be all right. Okay. I don't want to talk bad about her. She is crazy about her Nana, and if I get out of eyesight, I mean, she flips out. Even to wash dishes, she got mad at me because she couldn't see my face. That's my girl. Yeah, that's my girl. She love her Nana. Nana love her girl. Well, anyway, I hope you all learned a little something from the meal today. The dressing is excellent. Like I said, you know, as you go along, you'll learn how to tweak certain things and how to add less and more, and you taste it. And you pay attention to it. That's pretty much all I have to say. I'm so hungry, I'm ready to get in. I don't want y'all to sit and watch me scarf this down. So, as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and most of all, keep a lyric in your heart.